Hey, welcome to Bitcoin Roadshow. It's Craig, and I've got some awesome news today. It's a way to increase making money by sticking to strong currencies. Strong currencies make you less. Let's say Bitcoin, for example, is a strong currency, and in the moment and during a bull market in the altcoins, you're going to have more potential to earn, to outperform Bitcoin with certain key alts than you will with Bitcoin, right? And if you want to find out more on that, I will, again, like I have previous videos, the last couple of them at least, put a link to a spreadsheet that I've got. So let me just show you here. How's the battery on this thing? Oh, it's magnetic. Okay. Disaster. I'm going to put that battery off again. All right, cool. So if you look here, this is the spreadsheet. It shows you all different currencies. They've all been charted. The charts are in the signal group that we have, Cryptoversity. 1 second, we got a few of them here. Let me just see there. So, hope I didn't share anything bad there. Let me see. Nah, that's all good. All right, so I'm putting a link to this one thing that I've found. Amit. The video. So anyway, yeah. So right, this one here, this link here, what it allows you to do is take some currencies that you wouldn't expect. They don't have pairs for them. You can't go to any exchange and swap Luna directly with Cardano, right? You can't go to any exchange and do the same with Zilliqa and Luna, or Zilliqa and ADA, right? That's what makes this so powerful. Now, the reason I'm saying this is a really good method to accumulate Bitcoin is because if we take all of these examples here, what these are, this is Zilliqa compared to Cardano, right? You can see it's moving and it's gone halfway. It's on about the halfway mark right now. I did a bit of a dump of Cardano. I didn't really want to do it, but I thought, you know what? It's gone up too much. Let me take, what was it off the table? Just about 55, I think it was, % off the table. Lucky I did, because I bought again down here, right, at this little part here. But that's come down further at the same time as Zilliqa going up. So now you see that you're at Zilliqa per ADA, 7.8 Zilliqa per ADA, right? Where before it was 11.6 per 1 ADA. Yeah. So you had to pay more Zilliqa to get 1 ADA back then. But down here, you only have to pay 1.8 ADA. Zilliqa, sorry, to get 1 ADA. So obviously, with one currency going down against the dollar at the same time another one comes up, that maximizes the gains that you can make. And this is the only site I found, except for you can get some charts for odd pairings on CoinGecko, but this is really, really good, this one here. So there it is, currencyrates.com. And yeah, it's got a whole list on there, including fiat currencies. So what I'm trying to do at the moment, and it's actually working bloody well, is I bought another big bag of Zilliqa here when I cashed out. I put that money into Luna and Zilliqa, and look what's happened. If I go forward to Luna, you see here it's climbed up. It's almost to all-time highs against what do we call it? Against Cardano. Now I'm expecting a little bit more based on our fib targets for Luna. You see here, we're halfway between these two fibs here right now. We know it's going to go further. Most of these fib targets we've had are getting hit or exceeded. The only time people really feel that they've been had is when it smashes through one of these fib targets. But hey, they are just fib targets. Nothing's set in stone. And if you have been following this for the last few weeks, you have made yourself a shit ton of money, like a lot of people have on the that have been reported back from friends who run the Cryptoversity site. Signal group. So yeah, that's what we give you here. We add them as we chart them. Some of them we add before we chart them, like Yearn Finance. Look, I put some things on here because I think they're too low. I know they've been a previous high. I know they're like Mirror Protocol, for example. We do plan to chart that one soon. When I say we, that's my friend Johnny. He does a great job at doing the charting for these, and giving buy points sometimes as well. We also share some of the groups we're in. We share the information from those groups, so you're really getting what we pay thousands for. You're getting for nothing, right? The cryptodiversity is always free, always will be free. All right, so that's that. So what am I doing here? Well, quite simple. I'm trying to accumulate Cardano because as good as projects like Luna and Zilliqa are, and you can see there's an opportunity here to buy, let me just see, even if I was doing the same thing between Luna and Zilliqa, 84 Zilliqa per Luna, and there's only 9. So right now it's time to sell Luna into Zilliqa. If you're playing these pairings, this is just a different idea I'll come up with. I think it's going to work out bloody well. Let's say if a few days ago you had 5 Bitcoin and 5 Zilliqa, you now have 4.5 Cardano and 6.5 Zilliqa as of this moment. That's a differential of 2 Bitcoin. Now, in a percentage basis, that's a differential now of about 50% more than it was the other day. You've maximized your, well, maybe 40%. You've maximized that rather than just trading between a dollar value and a cryptocurrency, you've maximized that gain. This is a next level swing trading that I've just kind of fumbled onto by finding this website here. It was the first ditch effort a few days ago. It's already panning out. If I was to exit right now, I'm doing very, very well. I think I'm going to hold. I think I'm going to take a bit more risk that we're going to meet a fib target for both Luna and Cardano. Luna and Zilliqa. So Zilliqa, if you look here, you will see I've already got it charted here about 580, yes, 580 Satoshis. So that means the fact that we're on a 325 or even 350 right now, we've still got a long way to go. We've got a weekend pump most likely coming up because the FOMO money will come in and we will most likely reach that target and probably smash right off of it and sit for about a month before it goes up again to this one. But who knows, we could smash right through it. What I'll be doing is taking 25% off the table here. I'll be taking 25% off the table here. I don't want to be staying in coins that could become even, not become shit coins because Zilliqa is a good project, but could get forgotten about. Remember, there's 8,000 currencies. Sorry, 9,000 is that? Let me just see. Yeah, almost 9,000 currencies. So believe me, even projects like Cardano can pump and then they can dump again and they can sit there, not necessarily dump, have a retracement, have a bit of a pullback, but take months to come back. Zilliqa just did it. Zilliqa sat on its arse all the way through here, did nothing. All the way through here, did nothing. I first bought it around 4 cents, I think. Yeah, so it was just before that point. I think about maybe October or something. Let me just see. Yeah, somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, somewhere around that. No, actually, the first time I bought it was further back, but I took profit again. Because we were talking about at the start of last year. But I got back into it again and topped up my, I didn't dump it completely, but I topped up my bags around here. And I've been riding this up, with the exception of when I bought again, just a few weeks ago. I bought around here or around here, somewhere around that, when I made the Cardano sale. So I don't really know the exact date. Yeah, working out pretty well. I think look, we're coming near that segment. That's going to be a point of resistance, but I don't see it bouncing off. It would be nice to see this meet that level there rather than fall short and start to create another one of these patterns that we're seeing so often in the altcoin market at the moment. Basically a symmetrical triangle. But I think it's, because if it does make a symmetrical triangle from here, it's a bloody long one. You know what I mean? And that means it's going to take ages. I don't want to be holding bags all year. And when I say bags, any project, even if it's strong, I don't want to be holding it forever, because my only goal is using everything like just using everything, using them all as tools to get more Bitcoin. And even Bitcoin itself now, my Bitcoin maximalism days have subsided a little bit. I'm even thinking of that, just, you know, accumulate more in life in general. Make the analogy I used to have was in life, climbing a wall, and you're not a wall, one of those sheer faces that you get in the mountains, right? You're going up K2 and you're banging in your little peg for your rope to go through. And then sometimes you get carried away climbing, and then next thing you know, you fall. And if you haven't pegged in for a while, you're going to have a bit of a jolt. Who knows? Maybe even snap a Caribbean. I don't think so. They hold too much weight. But my point is, you've got to put in your pegs here and there. And that is taking your profits out. If you don't, and it falls again, I've already had a few times in the last couple of years, especially last year when I would be not focusing on trading, going out drinking with people, and then I miss a massive spike. Same thing happened in 2017 a few times, or miss a massive dip. And next thing, all those gains you made are just getting pissed away, flying away in the wind. So you want to stop that happening. And the only way to do it is take profits. And of course, you're going to feel like when it starts to go up past that profit taking point up to the next one, you're going to go, oh, I could have sold double the amount up here. Forget about it. You still made money. It's still a good thing. It's one of the biggest problems of people, the greed, the holding on and the greed. You'll find that it's like overall, long term, you're going to do a lot better if you just trade safely, taking out percentages on the way up. And that means that when you average your gains and average your losses are minimized and your gains are maximized. That's in my opinion. Oh, actually, your gains aren't maximized. Your gains are insured rather than maximizing them at like a gambler would do. Maybe if I hold on a little bit more in this machine that I put $5 in now, sitting at 800. This is what I do in Vegas. And so, because if it's only one of those machines, like I like going in. Me and a friend Stewie like going into the really old casinos sometimes, not in the old part, but still in the strip, Flamingo, like that. And you go and you get those little 1 cent machines. And I go in there with $20 to maximum $50, and I'll be sitting on 800. And then even though I know it's completely wrong, I start going, stuff it, it's giving me money out. And then I'll put it up to so many lines instead of sitting on one line, you know, the safe bet way, which has got me to that $800. I just end up going, fuck it. 'Cause usually it's when the drink kicks in, the free drinks are going around giving you all the time, because that's the reason I'm there. That's such a Jew. Anyway, but yeah, same thing. Don't get too greedy, and you just end up losing it all. In that particular case, I don't really care. I literally, I think I have a budget of like between 50 and 300 a day maximum when I go to Vegas. But yeah, I could come away with thousands each time I go. Every time I've gone there, I've had the position where I could have walked away with thousands and didn't, because I just think, fuck it. Don't say, fuck it. Yeah, play for keeps. So, yeah, I think that's doable. I think that was a nice pullback there. I think that yeah, I think we're high enough now that if we had something that was going into, going to start making a, yeah, if that was to start making a sequential, what's it called again? Symmetrical triangle from here, we'll be looking at somewhere around December for the peak of that. I just don't see that happening. I see something around there more likely. So yeah, let's hope that's the case. Just wanted to show you another way to make money, another way to increase your earnings without having to go into shit coins. Because let me tell you a little bit about this one. So I bought into a project called Pateria. Now, CM Top Dog, fellow Scotsman, he's got a lot of good calls, but he's had a few shit ones, and I tend to buy in heavy on the shit ones. I can't think of some of the other ones, but some of them are taking months to recover. And some of them, like Swipe, for example, sat on the floor for ages. Now, Swipe is going to be a big project, but I think some of these ones that are Binance-backed, they get artificially pumped and artificially suppressed after that to dump, stay low, shake out the market, and they'll go up again. That's what I'm saying, buy Swipe now. Or I was saying that a few days ago at least. Yeah, that's about it really. Let me know if you need to get on the group. I don't know how we'll do this. I don't know how you share. I don't think you can share, what do you call it? Signal groups. You'll probably just have to use one of the email addresses for the Cryptoversity cryptoversity101@gmail.com is one of them. I can never log into the thing. Or yeah, I can't remember the other ones. Yeah, just use that one. Maybe I'll get your number off there and I'll add you onto Signal if you want to be on that group. It will definitely help you make a lot of money. As I just said, the targets we have here, it's quite rare for anything below midway to have been met yet. Of course, these ones get more risky, but in the case of the good coins, what I'll start doing is if coins get too risky, let's say they're in a project that is I'm not so sure about, things like Voyager are great. I mean, that's going to make money. I need to put more targets on there. It's probably blasted through that one already. Compound sat for ages, but it is going to do well. Coty is already doing well. I'm going to sell at that soon. Because as good as it is, there's so many of these payment companies around, and so many of these companies that are doing similar things. Fetch AI, AGI, up at the top here, both going to do well. But, we've already seen both of these companies go down something stupendous like 100x. I mean, I don't know if it's that much, but it's been insane. You think it can't happen again? Of course it can. So lock in your profits, get back out to Bitcoin, and even then, get back out 50% to USDC, True USD, and things like DAI, any stable coin, when you think it's near the peak. And even if you don't catch it exactly, it doesn't matter, just wait, be patient. My idea of 140 peak looks like I could be wrong. I hope I'm going to be wrong. I hope it does go to 300k. I'm going to stick with my 140k call, and that's when I'm going to start selling out, because that'll be a good margin for me when my original buy-in price. Matic's already pumped heaps, and I actually sold out at Matic. I do have a tiny bit left. I've got to sell out there. I'm not going to hold that because, again, it's just one of those ones that could fall back to obscurity. Even though it's a big name project, there are 9,000 projects, and of them about, let's say, 1 in 10 are big name projects. That's still about 800. It's too many for me it's too wide and too thin to spread your investment, in my opinion. Get back to what's golden. There's a song in that. Oh, there was. Back to what's golden. Back to the days of just yawning. Can't remember who did that one. But anyway. Yeah, you're in Tezos. Tezos hasn't budged. There's an example of a project that was a big name project competing with all the big boys. Still apparently does, but I'm not seeing it. Here's something you should look at. It's called Blocktivity. This really shows you not just what a lie the speculation market is. This shows you the actual activity. Now, EOS, what you never hear about anymore because Telos basically robbed its code and is doing better than it now. I bought in Telos a while ago. I made my gains. I got out because you know why? It went down crazy style in the last while and hasn't really recovered, but it recovered a little bit. Made some money on it, but sold out of it. I sold EOS years ago. I did have some left in Cryptopia, the Cryptopia scam. I've lost it in the Cryptopia scam that, facilitated by the New Zealand system, the New Zealand government, to rip off, to basically deframe cryptocurrency. That's why all these fake hacks happen. Then you've got HBAR, which I bought into quite recently and is actually going quite well right now. Now, the reason I bought back into these, well, one is I always thought HBAR would do well. I sold again recently to buy something more important. It popped. I went back to this as planned, bought back into it again before it popped. Doing pretty well. Digibyte, extremely important here. This is a project that's plagued by its former leader. It's a decentralized project, a properly decentralized one, just like Bitcoin doesn't have a leader anymore. It just has a community behind it, which same as Bitcoin does. But it solved the problems that Satoshi Nakamoto pointed out in Bitcoin. And one of those problems is the ability to be mined by multiple devices. So it has 5 hashing algos for mining. So you can mine it using a PC, mine it using you're not competing against directly against these other mining types. They're separate mining algos to unlock Digibyte. Really genius. Has fast transactions, And look at it, it's number 6 on the table for transactions that are happening at the moment. So people are actually using it. Why is the price not showing it? Why is the price for XLM not showing it? XLM is just basically an improved version of XRP. XRP is a shitcoin. Why? Because it's too much of it's owned by the institutional investors. Too much control is in it. XLM's got the backing of IBM and you know, you've got IBM and Intel, which are in the day the ones selling these business computing devices for the banking sector. So I think XLM will do quite well. I'm not going to buy back into it again, but I think it'll do quite well. Although Digibyte will be one of my long hodls because it's true cryptocurrency, just like Bitcoin is. That's why it's one of my long hodls. That's why Litecoin used to be, and why I'm going to be dumping it soon, is because the fact that I just don't really see a unique case for Litecoin anymore. To be honest with you, this here is an early, like Litecoin is, early Bitcoin fork. And they, Litecoin became kind of like a testing platform, the silver to Bitcoin's gold, they tried to call themselves. But if I see that the platform that deserves that is actually Digibyte. It won't get the recognition. Nano, again, some people say, you know, some people would put that in the same basket as Tron and everything else. Again, look where Tron's getting to. It's a shit coin for many reasons. More similar to the reasons that Ripple is a shit coin. Network does good things, it can do great things, but it's going to be a pump and dump shit coin for the rest of eternity, run by a twat, right? And whereas Ripple is just run by a group of twats. Moody grumpy guy doesn't understand marketing. Digibyte, that's the only downside. Digibyte, in the same way that Charles Lee is a fucking Achilles heel for the Litecoin project. Same is true for Jared Tate, is it? I think, yeah. Anyway, look, it's still going to do well. It's, you know, these things, to look at it, it's above Ethereum. If the market was better educated, Telos would be flying right now. And it's not. So would EOS. Although I argue that there's just no use case for EOS. I mean, of course it's being used, but I mean, the fact is that everything designed for EOS can be used in the Telos network. Why not use Telos? HBAR, you know, Google's going to continue to grow and to consume the world and to do evil. That's what their raison d'etre is in this world, is to help governments control mankind. So I'm betting on that happening. I'm betting that evil will still flourish. So that's my investment in evil there. This is my investment in humanity here, Digibyte. Here's my investment in the banksters that I'm not going to make again, but I already have. All right, I'll leave it there. Hive, another one that's going to probably do quite well, that is not getting spoken about very much. I'm probably not going to invest in it. Why? Because sometimes you just get in too many things and it becomes too complicated to manage your portfolio. And that's where Blockfolio comes in. Good app to have. Pity they didn't stick up with Boiler. They let that lapse, that app, on the App Store for those who are Apple users out there. Can't use Boiler anymore. It doesn't connect to anything. That was a very well designed app. There are other ones like Lunar Crush, and my friend Johnny uses. Yeah, that's about it. So more ways to make money there. Cheers, have a good one. Happy Friday, and yeah, good trading.